Dinesh, you can put it in the group. We have started. So, how is the weekend treating you? Good. So, how is Jyotisha treating you? You learned first two classes. Chalo, we'll all do Omkar 3 times. Let's take a normal deep breath in and breathe out. One more joyful breath in and breathe out with smile. Now breathe in for Omkara. Bowing down to lotus feet of Gurudev. And with blessings of Maharishi Parashara and all the sages who have given us this knowledge, let's continue our studies. So, let's do a quick recap. What did we do in last couple of classes? Anybody? All of you. Who and all can switch on your videos? Switch on. All of you should switch on. But yeah. So what did we study?
Bhachakra.
Bhachakra. So what is Bhachakra?
It's a highway.
It's a highway. Very good. For what?
For grahas.
For grahas.
Highway for all grahas. In English, it's ecliptic plane.
And
So
Bhachakra.
all the grahas are moving. That we understood. They are not still. Correct? They are not static. Before that, we understood what is Jyotishya. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Jyoti means what?
Space and time.
Jyoti means light. Study of light is Jyotishya. And all the grahas that we study have certain amount of light associated with it, which we can see during the night, which we can observe, except for sun, which we can see in the morning. Yes or no? So these, and in Jyotisha we have 3 different parts. Which are the parts? Primarily it is divided into 3.
Siddhanta, Samhita, Hora.
Siddhanta, Samhita and Hora. Siddhanta is the calculation aspect of Jyotishya. You calculate where is one particular planet. Initially I'll use few words like planets so that you are associating with it. But as we move further, we are not going to use most of these English words. We'll get back to the roots. Sanskrit words are very good. So where are the planets? Where are they moving? At this point of time, where are they? You'll get to know. Isn't it? So to calculate where is it at that one point of time, where is this particular planet? So that calculation is done in Siddhanta. कौन से ग्रह कहाँ पे है कैसे पता चलेगा वो सिद्धांत से पता चलेगा सिद्धांत में उसका calculation aspects of Jyotisha is there in Siddhanta. Samhita is more about macro existence, study of the macro existence. Whatever is big, huge for us, about a country, earthquakes, all these big, big things. Hora is all micro events, that those are individual charts. Okay? And in Hora also there are multiple streams which you can study. Jataka Phala is what we are studying. Your chart, birth chart, what does it say? That is Jataka Phala. Then you have others like Nadi Shastra, Sankhya Shastra, numerology, Hasta Mudra, where hand, you see the hand and see. And then face reading, voice reading, these are all part of this Hora itself. All these are there. There's a separate segment called Stri Jataka. Women were considered to be both important and complicated. So there is a separate category, Stri Jataka. It's not me telling, it's there in Shastras. Don't blame me. So, like this, there are multiple, divisions in Hora also. But we are more interested in the Jataka Phala, that is individual charts. From there, we understand the basics. Through that basics, we will go further, and anybody who wants to explore other aspects of Jyotisha also, you are most welcome. For everything, the basics is important. So we are going to get into those basics. So in that, we have 9 players who are important in this game. In this whole game of time and space. Because every event, whether micro or macro, it is time and space dependent. In which time it is happening and where is it happening? Time and space. Kala and Desha. Desha Kala. Every event is dependent on that. But who are the players who are translating these events? These are Navagrahas, the 9 energies, 9 deities. We don't just call them planets, we call them deities. We have given them we identify them as deities. The one who has a capacity to influence us. Are you able to understand this? So there are totally 9 in number. We understood that shloka. Om Namah Suryaya Chandraya Mangalaya Budhaya Cha Guru Shukra Shanibhyascha Rahave Ketave Namaha. Surya, Chandra, Mangala, Buddha, Guru, Shukra, Shani, Rahu and Ketu. Correct? 9 of them. Each one is associated with certain aspects or qualities, and that is imparted on us depending on where they are at the time of birth. Where they are, we'll get to know from Siddhanta. The calculation aspects is done. Through that, we'll know, oh, okay, Surya was in this particular place, so he will give this kind of result. That's how we are going to understand. Clear? Till now? This whole highway, what we call as Bhachakra, where all these 9 players who are, it's like their playground. That highway is a playground for the Grahas. They are in a race, they keep moving. But we need to pinpoint where they are exactly. Like, now I want to know where you are. I'll ask you, hello, sir, where is your house? You say, sir, I stay in Asia. Is it helpful? It's of no use. So I say, oh, okay, all grahas, they are in Bhachakra. Now you do something about it. It's of no use. You need to know the address. You'll say, Are bhai, okay, Asia. Where in Asia? India. Okay, India is a very big space. No, you cannot make out only with India. You have to divide again. Karnataka, okay, Karnataka. In Karnataka, where Bangalore? Oh, okay, Bangalore. But Bangalore is also a big place. Then you have to divide more. So, what is address? It is dividing a space into multiple parts and then pinpointing exactly where you stay. Correct? Yes or no? In the same way, a graha, where exactly the graha is, we have to pinpoint. So, we have to divide their playground into multiple parts. The highway, we divide it into 12 parts basically. Getting my point? These 12 parts are called 12 Rashi. What? 12 Rashis. Now each Rashi is of 30 degrees in nature. If you put all 12 Rashis, when I say circle, Bhachakra is a circle because it is surrounding Earth. Earth is a sphere. Basic, geography. Earth is a sphere. You all know that, I hope. Maybe there are some flat earthers here. I don't know. But at least for your understanding, Jyotishya believes that Earth is circular, is a sphere. Okay. So if it has to cover that Earth, Bhachakra, then it has to also be in a circle, format of a circle, correct? So when you divide for a circle, the maximum distance is how much? 360 degrees. More than that, it cannot happen. If you take a ball and draw one line around it, it can only be 360 degrees. It cannot go more than that, correct? Yes or no? Now, if you divide the 360 degrees into 12 parts, each part will get how much? 30 degrees. So each Rashi is of 30 degrees, the space. So all the distance is measured in degrees in astrology. It is not measured in inches, millimeters, kilometers, feet, whatnot. Because it is practically impossible. There is a projection of all the grahas going on, isn't it? If you see, have you observed? If you have gone to a planetarium, you will understand. There is a half hemisphere, and you see they do project it on on the ceiling. But if you come out and if you actually look at the sky, isn't it a projection? Is what we see? It's like a big screen, and all the stars are projected there. Yes or no? So in that you have drawn two lines and made a small highway where all the grahas move. So that Bhachakra divided into 12 parts, each part is 30 degrees. Got it? Done? Any doubt with that? Each graha takes certain amount of time to cross this 30 degrees. Because all grahas are not moving in the same speed, they are moving in different speeds. Now the reason we call them as graha and not planet is because graha has the capacity to grasp and control. Planet doesn't have that. The word we use, graha, because it's a deity. He has a capacity to influence the energy. Your existence is influenced by the deity, by the graha. If you just use the word planet, it is just made up of whatever different planets are made up of different elements according to findings of NASA. But beyond that, you don't define anything else. You can't really, can you? That's it. But we go beyond that. Those are just representatives of the original deities. So they have a strong, profound influence on our life. And these Navagrahas are at one instant, they are at different spaces. They are different Rashis. It can happen that sometimes most of the Grahas may come together in one Rashi. That is also possible. So basically, there are 9 Grahas, Navagrahas, out of which 7 Grahas you can actually see them. Surya, Chandra, Mangala, Buddha, Guru, Shukra, Shani, you can actually see in the night. Surya in the morning, other 6, yeah, 6 you can see it in the night. 2 of them, Rahu and Ketu, you cannot see them. They are not there. Physically, there are no representatives to show them. They are mathematical points. Only through mathematical points will be able to find out where these deities are and how are they influencing. Got the idea? Any doubts till here? So we learnt about Bhachakra. So these are the 12 Rashi. When you divide, the first one is Mesha, and then Vrishabha, Mithuna, Karkataka, Simha, Kanya, Tula, Vrishchika, Dhanu, Makara, Kumbha, and Meena. These are the 12 parts. These are the 12 names. The divisions are named thus. Mesha, Vrishabha, Mithuna, Karkataka, Simha, Kanya, Tula, Vrishchika, Dhanu, Makara, Kumbha, and Meena. Now, in English, you have different names for them. That is some of the similarities between Western astrology and Indian Jyotishya, where you have the same number of divisions. But in Indian astrology, Jyotishya, there is some extra other ways to divide it. I won't say extra, other ways to divide it. That one of the ways is 27 pieces. Those are called nakshatras. 27 nakshatras. Each one has 4 more divisions called pada. 27 divided by each one divided into 4 more. So it becomes 108 divisions, which you don't find it in Western astrology. It's unique to Indian Jyotishya, Bharatiya Jyotishya. Okay? Not just this. We have one more way of dividing this. Once you divide it into 12 Rashis, you can take each Rashi and do multiple divisions of that and then draw one more chart out of it. Those are called Varga Chakra or divisional charts. So you divide in each Rashi again multiple times. You know how many divisions each Rashi we do? What is the maximum we go up to? Any guess?
64.
60. That's a lot of divisions. Now you multiply 60 into 12. How many divisions?
720.
Amazing, no? We are not just divided into 12 parts. Now we have made it so many different, unique parts. That's how precise Jyotisha is. So you have to divide it into so many parts and study where the graha is in that 60 parts of that particular Rashi. It will give certain kinds of results. But anyway, we are not getting into all that immediately. Now let's get back to our main players, the Navagrahas. So those who want to know the English names of the Sanskrit, it is given here. Surya is sun, Chandra is moon, Mangala or Kuja is Mars, Buddha is Mercury, Guru is Jupiter, Shukra is Venus, Shani is Saturn, Rahu is Rahu, Ketu is Ketu. They don't have a different name for it. Because there is no concept of Rahu and Ketu in Western astrology, by the way. They have some different concept called North Node and South Node, but they don't read it the way it is done here. So now let us understand. See, each now onwards, whatever we study, each and every one of these properties of the grahas are important to know. It comes in one way or the other during chart reading. So don't neglect it. So what is he? We are going to read our own chart within 3-4 days of the class. But we are starting how fast the graha moves, how slow the graha moves. Who are going to worry about all this? No, it is not like that. Depending on how fast the graha moves and how slow the graha moves, you can come to a lot of conclusions in a chart. Yes, Mohit.
Yeah, there are 8 planets broadly.
9.
I'm not about the astrology in overall aspect. There are 8 planets, including Sun is 9.
Hmm.
Like Uranus, Neptune, Uranus and Neptune, right?
We don't use Uranus, Neptune in Vedic astrology.
Okay, they are not considered. And in Western astrology, do they consider or they
Yeah,
also
yeah, they
don't
do.
consider? They do.
Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, all three are taken.
Okay, right.
There are some interpretations of Indian astrologers also. Some of them do take it, but I don't take because I go purely with Western, Indian Vedic astrological references. There is no reference of Uranus, Neptune, Pluto in any of the scriptures.
Okay, so we'll not
You can
consider.
only deduce it. That's it.
Fair enough, right?
And these 9 grahas itself are so powerful and so much of permutation and combination is there. You need multiple lifetimes to understand them. So we don't have to add another 3 more and make it more complicated.
Okay.
Yeah, next. Any other question?
Anna, what is the importance of the order?
Order. Yeah, we'll get to know
Yes.
as we move further. There's a cabinet of all these, grahas. Hierarchy is there. We'll get to know next. So, for now, what we do, we'll understand how many days each graha takes to cover one rashi, which is a very important parameter. Surya takes 30 days. How many? Every 30 days, Surya is in a different rashi. Chandra takes only 2.5 days. How many? Chandra takes only 2.5 days. Mangala takes 45 days. Every 45 days, Mangala is in a different rashi. Buddha takes 30 days like Surya. Guru takes 1 year. So every time Guru changes, it is 1 year. Shukra takes 30 days. Shani takes 2.5 years. This is the longest. Slowest moving graha is Shani. It takes forever. 2.5 years. Rahu and Ketu take 1.5 years each. Now, you see, let us say in your chart, Shani is giving certain results. It will not change for 2.5 years because he is practically moving in the same Rashi for 2.5 years. But if Chandra is giving certain results, it can change immediately after 2.5 days because he has already moved to a different position. Done? We are going to personify the grahas. He or she I have not seen being used, but he for sure. So we personify it so it's easy to communicate. So are you able to understand this? This is the amount of time each graha takes to cross one rashi. So if you take it and multiply it by 12, you will understand how much time it takes to cover the whole Bhachakra. Shani takes 30 years to cover the whole Bhachakra. Every 30 years, Shani will come back to the same place. That's a very, very, very long, isn't it? You know, Chandra is associated with mind, and mind is associated with emotions. The beauty of Jyotisha is any emotion that comes up in you, the maximum shelf life is only 2.5 days because Chandra has already moved. The maximum shelf life. After that, it will fizzle out. You are feeling low and sad for some reason. It cannot stay for more than 2.5 days. That's the maximum. Did you know this? So the shelf life of any emotion is maximum 2.5 days. Where Western astrology root of it, there is no. They have their own books, their own texts, the way they have interpreted. So it is a different way in Western astrology. Can you say that is one of the reason we have frequent change of emotions since moon changes? Yes, correct. Very closely associated with. Speed of the graha changes in a different way that it will you will understand it later. There are different kinds of motions. When we get into that, we'll understand that. Yeah, Mohit.
Sir, yeah. Shani takes 2.5 years to cross one Rashi.
Yeah.
So for the rest 8 Rashis, it will take 2.5 years in each Rashi.
8
8, 8, right?
Why 12
8
Rashi?
multiplied by 2.5 is
Where is the 8 Rashi? It is 12 Rashis.
12 Rashis. So 30 calculation, how does it come? Two and a
12
half
into
into multiply by
2.5.
11, that also is not 30.
12 into 2.5.
Sorry, it's 12 Rashis. 12 Rashis, uh, complete cycle. Okay. So I was taking 11 into 2.5 because I'm coming back to same height as the rest of 11.
12 into 2.5.
But coming at the same point is
12 Rashis.
okay, right.
Does it
Coming at the same point,
include
12
retrograde
Rashis, right?
motion?
Sorry, you are asking something, ma? I didn't hear.
Sorry, sir. Does it include retrograde motion?
Yeah,
30
yeah.
is including retrograde?
Including. It moves faster, it moves slower, everything included. Somebody is asking, if someone falls in love with, will it be only for 2.5 days? First of all, love is not an emotion. If you consider love as an emotion, for sure you will be falling in love with a different girl every 2.5 days. So don't do that, you will be in trouble. Emotion is a byproduct. Love is your very existence. Next.
Okay, Anna.
So now let us understand what are the qualities of these grahas. Now, I have changed this and we have not changed it in the PPT. We are going to do that. Malefic and benefic, we are not using this anymore. We are going to use Krura and Saumya. That is the word. And when you translate it, it doesn't translate to malefic and benefic. Krura means harsh, Saumya means soft. Some of the grahas, their result is soft in nature, and some of them are harsh in nature. Surya, Krura Graha. The results are harsh in nature. Chandra, it depends on which phase, because Chandra goes in two phases. You all know that, no? Moon phases, 15 days phase. From Amavasya to Paurnami and Paurnami to Amavasya.
Yes.
No moon to full moon to no moon. So during Shukla Paksha, that is moving towards Paurnami, then Chandra is considered to be Saumya. He gives soft results. During Krishna Paksha, when Chandra is moving towards Amavasya, then it is considered to be Krura. If somebody is born in Krishna Paksha, then Chandra may act as a harsh graha rather than a soft graha. But if somebody is born in Shukla Paksha, then it may work as a softer graha. Okay? Then Mangala is a Krura graha, harsh. And don't write this malefic benefic, write it as Krura and Saumya, or harsh or soft. Okay? Next, Budha depends on the company. If Buddha is in the company of Krura Grahas, he performs like a Krura Graha. But if Buddha is in the company of Saumya Grahas, he acts as Saumya. The Buddha gets swayed away very fast. Done?
Bhaiya, what if Buddha is sitting alone?
Then he is naturally Saumya. He is considered as Saumya. So if Buddha is not in company, is not being accompanied by any graha, then the natural nature of Buddha is Saumya. Default settings of Buddha is Saumya. Guru is a Saumya graha. The results coming from Guru is very Saumya in nature. They are not very harsh. Shukra, Saumya graha. Shani, Krura graha. Rahu and Ketu, no doubt Krura graha. They are very harsh in nature. Done? We'll go to the next one. So we'll come
Anna,
to,
what does it mean, Krura and Saumya? Like the word meaning I know, but what is the meaning of the effect?
we'll get to know when we read the chart or when we understand it a little more.
Okay.
You just write down it as a parameter. Okay, we have to
Okay.
bring all of them together, then you will be able to understand. So any results coming from Surya will be harsh in nature. That's the maximum I can define right now, because you need to know so many other things before we move further. Next. This is an important one. Attributes of the grahas. What do they stand for? Somebody was asking about hierarchy, so this is what it is. Now, you see, Surya is considered to be the king in the cabinet. So there is a cabinet of graha, and Surya is the king in that cabinet. So all the decision making, whatever is associated with king, is associated with Surya. You identify a country with whom? The prime minister or president, correct? Yes or no? A kingdom is first identified with whom? The Raja, correct, no? So king, Surya, identity. Chandra, designation is queen. Mangala is a commander. In the cabinet, Mangala is the one who protects commander. Anything associated with a commander is associated with Mangala. That's why Mangala is also the graha we associate with army, police, all this protection, these kinds of things associated with Mangala.
Senapati, is it?
You can call it a Senapati. Buddha is a prince. Buddha is prince. Now in a cabinet, Buddha is what? He is not really great with responsibilities. A prince, no. Adolescent prince. Fickle minded, and these kinds of things are associated with Buddha. Very active. because he's a prince. Any quality associated with the prince is associated with Buddha. Guru is minister. Now, Guru and Shukra, both of them are ministers. They guide the cabinet. What? They guide the cabinet. In what way they guide, we will get to know later. Because Guru is the one who guides the cabinet in terms of spiritual aspects of life, dharmic aspects, whereas Shukra guides in material aspects of life. And Shani is servant, the one who does the act, servant class. The actual work is done by Shani. That's why we say karma karaka. Karaka means the one who is responsible of doing, the one who does. So karma karaka, the one who is responsible of action. Karma is an action. Karma karaka. Getting my point? And then Rahu and Ketu are kind of foot soldiers. Actually Rahu and Ketu, you cannot really put them into one designation. They kind of fit nowhere. They are rebels. I should actually change it, not soldiers. They are rebels. They are very rebellious. Got the idea? Any doubts? Maybe one more slide we take and we'll close for today.
Yeah, one quick question.
Yes, please.
So there are two ministers, Guru and Shukra,
Yeah.
right? For the others, you have given they are malefic. They are Soumya and the other
Krura.
two. Huh. Krura, right? Soumya and Krura, depending on the other planets like Buddha, right? But the other planets that are independent, do they come also in the same time, same house? And then if there is a one malefic, one Krura, one Shukra, one Krura and one Soumya, if they both come together, do they react? Do they not come?
No, that is a different. We'll get to know when we see. See, what you mean to ask is what happens when one Krura and one Soumya come together.
Yes.
That
Yes.
depends on who is strong. So there is a lot of other things which we need to understand. So it
They
is
can
not
come
so
also.
straightforward. They can influence each other. The overall result may change depending on who is the stronger one. So you have to find out. That's a different way. Then we'll find who is strong and who will win in that particular space.
Take away, right?
Mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, husband, all three are there in the same house. You are asking who is going to win. It's a problem. We'll need to know who has the more influence. Mother-in-law has more influence, then she will run the husband. Daughter-in-law has more influence, she will run the husband. Both of them are strong. They fight with each other all the time. Husband is stuck. That's how with Grahas also. No, husband is stronger. Then both mother-in-law, daughter-in-law keep quiet. Anything else? Any other questions? Can
Jacob,
we say? Tell me, ma.
I have a question with division. So we saw that it's 12 Rashi, again divided into 27 nakshatras, and then divisional charts like 60 and so on. And the padas, is it horizontal division like the other divisions we are making? Rashi, nakshatras is vertical divisions, and the padas are horizontal. Is that so?
No. See, padas come only in nakshatra. When you are doing 27 divisions, you divide each one of them for four parts.
Okay,
It doesn't.
nakshatras are divided into padas. Full padas.
Nakshatras are divided into padas, not every other division.
Okay, thank you.
And a similar doubt.
Yes, pa.
First Bhachakra is divided into 12 parts, that is Rashi.
Correct.
Then Nakshatra wala, like how it is again divided. How are
See, it is a parallel. See, you can measure your room in feet. You can also measure in inches, or you can also
Square
measure in
inches.
mm. So the
Okay.
same 360 is divided into 27 parts.
Okay.
It's a parallel measurement. It is not linear measurement. It's not like you divide one Rashi and then divide it into multiple nakshatras. You can correlate to it. But these are two parallel types of measurements. One is Rashi and one is nakshatra.
Okay.
And can we say every everything is ego? So they have different egos. Like Mangala has ego of commander. Shani for its has ego that it should do service. Everything. We'll get into that later, but don't stress yourself too much with all this now.
My question is, are all nakshatras divided into four padas? Each
Yes,
nakshatra?
yes, yes.
Okay.
Bhaiya,
Mm,
360 divided by 27 is a recurring number. How does that work?
that is,
30 degrees.
yes, it is. It will keep going on and on and on. That's how it has been divided.
Won't it affect?
Huh?
Won't it affect in reading? Because it's recurrent. You can't exactly tell somebody is from one nakshatra because it is recurring. No, you can't divide it. If
We
there
have
is
bigger
no problem.
problems with nakshatras than this. We'll discuss it when we come to that. This is only a small part of it because, see, you can go to certain decimal levels, still there is no problem. Post that is where you will have an issue. But to that detail, we don't go at all. Up to the divisions of certain decimal points is okay. We don't really get into that kind of a trouble. So we just round it off and keep it at that. That's it.
Okay.
Done? Shall we go to one more slide? So each graha govern a certain aspect of life. Very interesting. What do they govern? Surya governs the soul, Atma Karaka, and it is also associated with identity. You can call more colloquial word is ego. Surya is associated with ego, and Surya is also associated with Atma, Atma Karaka, soul. Chandra is Manaskaraka, mind. Chandra is associated with mind, as I was telling you before. Mangala is associated with strength, Shakti, strength, and protection. Buddha is associated with communication, not just speech, communication, or whatever communication happens. But it is not just that. Intellect, intelligence is associated with Buddha. Actually, that has to be the major one, not speech. You write it as intellect as well. Buddhi. Guru is knowledge. Guru is associated with knowledge, wisdom, and happiness. Shukra is associated with passion, potency, the capacity to give birth, at the same time, the passion to do something. So here, a lot of people get confused. Shukra is only associated with passion of physical, connection. It's not that. It's passion to do anything. You want to act, you want to do some work, You want to learn Jyotishya, you need to have that passion, otherwise, you will not do it. Irrespective of whatever is the obstacle, you still continue to do it. That is because of the passion you have. Correct? That is from Shukra. Shani is karma, I told you. And one more thing associated with Shani is sadness, grief. All these are governance or karakas. Many things you can add it later. These are the primary ones I am telling you. Rahu and Ketu, they have a different set of understanding. It is very difficult to understand Rahu Ketu. It's not that simple. Rahu is everything outwardly in nature, not just desire. I think we should have to remove this desire. It's a very old PPT. Everything outward doesn't have any, boundary. Confusion, smoke screen. These are all the things associated with Rahu. Ketu is all inward, destructive or destruction. All this is associated with Ketu. Now that's why some of the astrologers or Jyotishis call Ketu as Moksha Karaka, the one who can destroy all the karma or the vasanas and take you towards moksha. Called as Moksha Karaka. Anything inwards and destructive is Ketu. Done? There are much more, many more definitions, many more, attributes. But we'll take it up as we move further. Any questions? I'm going to go a little slow initially because, you should not skip anything or you should not miss anything. Correct? All these are very, very important, especially this. It is the heart of Jyotishya, whatever I told you right now. Any questions? Boring or interesting?
That's interesting.
Hope so.
I just wanted to ask, is Ketu Graha responsible for ill health, suffering, all these things?
All the grahas have the capacity to affect ill health, not just one.
Okay.
It depends on a different concept. For health, there is a different concept. We'll understand it when we go to that. So each of these grahas has a capacity to influence health. But generally, the Ketu is considered to be a little more destructive when it comes to health. That's it. Next. Done? So shall we conclude for today? So remember this. And then we'll go to other things.
So do we need to learn these factors, malefic or beneficial, and aspects that you told, connected with the soul, connected with other things? Do we need to learn, or with practice it will automatically get assimilated?
The more and more you use it, the more and more you learn it.
Okay.
It's
With
like
practice.
your wife's name. Did you by heart your wife's name?
Never.
So it just came. The more and more you be with her, you'll remember.
Right.
Don't tell me you forgot.
Never.
You'll be in trouble.
Anna, can you show slide number 12 once? I want to take.
Where Western astrology came from their own sources, pa. Definitely not from Parashara Maharshi, I can assure you. Or maybe some of them they picked it up from our sources as well. They also have observation, so they have observed it as well.
But yeah, if a Soumya Graha goes and resides in its enemy home, can it turn to a Krura Graha? Say, for
What?
example,
Your voice is
if a,
breaking. Who is talking? I cannot hear you properly.
if a Soumya Graha resides in its enemy's home, can
Ah.
it convert
See, all that we
itself
will understand
to a
when we
Krura?
get into that concepts. Now you are all in LKG students. We will not get into the sixth standard subject. Ah. Then everybody else, all other LKG students will be wondering what is going on if I start explaining the syllabus of sixth standard. Just wait for another few couple of weeks, you will get to know. Not that far. One step at a time.
Jai Gurudev Bhaiya, Jai Gurudev.
Yes, ma.
Yeah, even sun is supposed to be very destructive when it comes to health, or it depends in which house it is placed.
Depends on its placement, Amma. There is nothing called. See, none of the grahas are bad, none of the grahas are good. There is no bad and good here. It is your definition. The same graha which you call as good can give very bad results. Now, Jupiter is considered to be the most beneficial graha. Lot of people say, oh, beneficial. One of the most difficult diseases which has no cure comes from Guru. That is diabetes. You become so sweet that you are no more sweet to yourself. Able to understand this? The same graha can give both good and both bad as well. So Surya can bring in some very good results to you, at the same time can give bad results as well. Depends on individual charts, individual placements, in individual divisional charts also. So it's not even in the main chart, individual divisional charts. So that's why all these people sitting on YouTube channels and TVs and telling, oh, Mesha Rashi, tomorrow your brother will get married. You don't have a brother, what will you do? Astrology is not like that. It is not that simple. 2 minutes your chart changes. You are reading somebody else's chart. How can you sit and talk about 30 degrees people? How many people have taken birth in that 30 degrees? Have you seen all those 30-degree people who have taken birth in the same Rashi look the same? Same gender? Not possible. It doesn't work like that. But unfortunately, it is very entertaining to listen. There is no much difference between the soap opera which comes in your TV and the Jyotisha series. Every day morning, Papa Jyotishi has to earn his livelihood. He will come sit and talk, make it very colorful. Oh, we get affected. No, it's not like that. Every chart has an individual way, and that's why you cannot generalize. There is no generalized statement at all in Jyotisha. It's a good entertainment if you want. You can enjoy. Next. A lot of people told me, why are you not making YouTube videos? I said, then I have to make YouTube video on each chart. Because that's how Jyotisha works. Each chart is different. You know how powerful Jyotisha is. Two people taking birth in the same time. I don't know if I told this in the last class. Twins. There was one couple who came to me and they have a twins. And I think it is about 3 minutes or 4 minutes difference of their birth. One is a boy and other one is a girl. If you take their main chart, it is exactly the same. You get answer only in D60. 60 times you have to divide the chart, then you will get to know, oh, this is what is happening. So with this date of birth of these two children, I was able to tell all the qualities of the boy and the qualities of girl, which was totally different. I didn't know any background of them. I told them the girl will become a doctor, the boy will become an engineer. You better push them in that direction. Then he says, no, they are interested in that only. So good for you.
And now one doubt.
Yes, pa.
Like in our hospital, we see some deliveries will be by cesarean, some deliveries will be normal. So
Hmm.
that how does that matlab, as birth in terms of astrology, how does that mean? Like what
That's
does that
bound to
mean?
happen like that only. The child is supposed to be born at that time through cesarean only. That is the prarabdha of the child. What to do? A lot of people come to me, for which day should we conceive, which day should we deliver. Now, I nowadays I don't give. I tell them you just ask your doctor, because I do all the calculation and tell them, you know, in this particular morning, this time is very good. Of course, the baby won't come out just because I have told. It will take its own free time. On top of it, the doctor is not available, so they will postpone it to the evening. A child has to come to this world, it will come on its own terms and in own time. No matter how much an astrologer do anything, it won't happen. It's my personal experience. I have given at least 20 to 25 times. I have given this, and finally I gave up. I said, I am not giving you. Go talk to your doctor. Whenever she is available, get it delivered. It is the prarabdha of the child to come at that particular time.
Anna, are horoscopes only applicable to human beings or pradeshas or let's say animals also?
In a certain way, animals also you can see, but they don't have ichha shakti. You cannot do anything about that. Means, after reading the chart, what is the point? You do something about the chart. Otherwise, what is the point of reading the chart? So animals, I can, read the chart of a dog and say, hey dog, from tomorrow start doing Hanuman Chalisa, I'll feel better. Dog will not do anything, so there's no point in reading the chart. But desha, you can, the place, you can see the chart, because people staying there can do something about it. There is no great shastra background for seeing desha. Means, maybe the books are lost, no more it is there, but it's there. You can see, we can see. End of the day, in Jyotisha, it is just an event. Whether birth of a child, birth of a state, birth of a country, birth of a new house. You are getting into a new house means what? It's birth of a new life in that particular space. So everything is an event. For us, it doesn't really matter. But then you divide this event into multiple parts and you try to understand what it means. Your interpretation changes according to the event. Done? Anything else? It's already 9 o'clock. I have promised myself that this batch I am not going to go beyond 9. It's 3 minutes late.
One more doubt. Does
I-
Vastu Shastra also come under astrology?
yes, it comes.
Okay.
But it's part of as Jyotishya, but not necessarily Hora. 9 months in the womb and 9 grahas, no, not direct connection. In 9 months, okay, typing the same thing twice. So no, there is no direct connection. Just because there is 9 in it doesn't mean it has some connection. Okay, then we'll conclude before 9:03 becomes 9:10 and then 9:30. So go back and go through this. It's not a big information you have to remember. There's a small information, but as you move further, these parameters will start increasing. For a basic reading of chart, we are talking about 70 to 80 parameters. So it's not a simple set. So don't just casually say, oh, the only 2 slides I know. Remember, no problem. When you're reading the chart, none of them will come into your mind. Means it will just all vanish. So from now only you start applying yourself, then it will work. No, no, there is no direct connection between 9 months transit of Grahas and 9 Grahas. Whatever. You'll understand as you understand Jyotisha better. Okay, then all of you will catch up again. When is the next class?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. So I'll catch up on Wednesday. Huh? Till then, just revise whatever you have gone through.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.